So the 1.3 live stream is over, and we have some stuff to talk about because they have shown quite a bit, and it some things are amazing, and other things are like I don't know, kind of like this new activity or like construction and stuff. Some things are they're obviously trying to once again throw a lot of stuff in the wall, see what sticks, and trying to encompass as much tastes as possible and how people enjoy certain things, and try to have something for everybody. And it's kind of what I feel like they're still trying to push for, which is fine. It's kind of what Genshin Impact has been doing. I guess NTE is trying to push a little more on that particular part of what the Hoyo formula in Genshin Impact is doing. I hope that makes some sense. However, they have shown some things that I feel like are worth mentioning. And yes, my shirt is upside down right now. I didn't notice that, and I was like, screw it, we'll just keep it upside down for the lols because I made that mistake. Might as well just own it, right? And so we left our notes here, and what I think really caught my eye. If you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to not miss any updates.
I guess I better go subscribe to VXV Gacha.
Without further ado, let's go over some of the big stuff they've shown. And the first one, in my opinion, that is a bit of a W, and I know it may not matter to some, but for me it does, which is the S-rank animations after obtaining Zanko are way smoother. They feel more polished, and that's a complaint I've had. I've noticed it with Chaos. I've also noticed it in Eroi. Something always tells me that the animations just aren't necessarily it. They feel less polished. They don't feel too flashy, and that annoys the hell out of me. And apparently they fixed that with Zanko, so huge W there. I hope they obviously continue. It's not just Zanko, but every single character. Polish has been a problem in terms of animations when it comes to NTE, and I'm glad to see that they started to working on that, especially in parts where it really matters, which is when you finally get your 2D anime ready. Next, we have Zanko's OG skin is for free. That's right, the under booba skin that all the gooners were upset the moment they've seen the drip marketing. They was like, "Oh, where's the original skin? What are we talking about, boy?" They apparently have let that you can toggle between the skin they have shown in the drip marketing and the villain skin, the OG skin, the underbooba skin. You can get it for free. You can simply toggle between them. So rejoice, gooners. They haven't forgotten about y'all. Next, we have Zanko is Camellia with some Carthathea. Basically, Zanko, the way she plays, the way of her attacks and animations, she's basically Camellia from Wuthering Waves, all right? And as soon as she does the Camellia ult, what she does is then use the Carthathea ult. So she's basically Camellia and Carthathea packaged into one while looking like Acheron. That's basically Zanko in terms of thematics, it seems. Well, not necessarily thematics, in terms of animations and design, right? That's basically what we have right now, and I'm all for it. I'm not. Look, these are Chinese games, all right? Copy pasting and inspiration ain't no shame in there. That's whatsoever, man. Next, we have Linko, which is the second character, and she can easily, I feel like we can safely say she's easily mogged by being next to Zanko. Well, Linko seems to be a character that is an anima element, I know, or the most flexible element currently. Reminds me of Genshin Impact, by the way. And she seems to be providing follow-up attacks. Oh, Zanko is going to be dot. I think there's some dot elements to Zanko, which means maybe Baisang, Lacrimosa, all these characters are going to stonk up, which is cool. Basically, Linko is gonna, I think, buff dot damage and also provide follow-up attack, and plus she's anima for reactions. So I think meta-wise she may be mogged in terms of looks. She's not a 2D anime Betty, but it seems to be meta viable as hell. So we might have to consider looking into picking her up. I don't know. I hope Eroi is enough. Next, we have summer skins. Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. We have all kinds of summer skins coming in. I think all the summer skins get mogged by Zanko. I think she is by far the best summer skin we've seen in the game. And I, for one, will be trying to get it for obvious reasons. And we have a lot of characters. We have Chaos. I think Chaos also looks a bit Gigit chatty. I like Chaos's design in this summer skin as well. We have Eroi, which is something we already have. We have Mint. Mint is going to have one too. Nanali, the MCs. A bunch of characters are having them. Hathor. People are getting summer skins, but Hathor still didn't get one skin. And Baisang too. that boy and girl ain't got one skin. Life is fair like that. But yeah, that's happening. Also, Zanko's skin mogs all of them. I don't want to hear anything. Zanko just mogs all of them. Aldi, I agree with you, man. Next, we have new activities for getting fawns. So, like I said before, there's this new construction activity you can do for your city stamina. Basically, you can do new activities to get fawns. Also, they're having an event, I think, which is the same as the current fishing one, where you can burn through city stamina faster. Also, the Pink Paw Heist, you can now have a new way of getting the 1 million through the Pink Paw. Other activities that will go on the pool of the Pink Paw Heist. Basically, Pink Paw Heist, you can get 1 million per week. All right, you can get 1 million fawns per week. Well, you always have to do Pink Paw Heist in itself. You cannot do City Stamina and get the pool of fawns from the Pink Paw Heist. You are always locked to doing Pink Paw Heist. Well, now they're adding more activities. A volleyball activity where you can watch or play as your 2D anime baddies in a summer skin suit, playing volleyball for this is important. We gotta support women's sports, if you know what I mean. But so that's happening, which I think is pretty cool all in all. More ways to obtaining rewards is always welcome. I love options. I love having different ways to tackle content. I'll always be rooting for that particular approach in games. And next we have, just like the porch and the Draco skin, etc., we have a jet ski. You can now get a jet ski to drive in water. I don't think we have enough incentive, now that I think about it in hindsight, to drive around the water, unless we can be offered to fish. Kind of something like Pokemon, that would be nice. Maybe they can offer us later a new game mode where we can collect cute monster anomalies or something, and then you have to go in the middle of the ocean and then start fishing. I don't know if it's like in Wuthering Waves, if you remember the Phoebe event where you have to go in the middle of the ocean to fish. I think something like that with the jet ski would be cool. It would up the stonks of the jet ski tremendously. I think they should go for something like that. That would be cool. But basically, yeah, there's also this new car. I think it's like a beach car, I think they're called. I don't know what they're called, but basically it's just a big ass like a car that you can just, preferably used for sand. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not big on cars, obviously. And also we have a bike. You have a normal bike, just a cute little bike. If you are into that anime romance Japanese feel with you having your 2D anime baddie in the back, you can just simply drive around with the bike, which is cool. So it's called a quad bike, not a car. Well, my apologies, I got confused. It's a quad bike, it seems. So yeah, you get a quad bike, a jet ski, and a cute Japanese style romantic bike where you can have your 2D anime baddie behind you. Fine, if you're into that romance stuff, which for the people that are interested in dating sim, which this game is pushing a lot for, one would I guess. I don't know. But anyway, next we have the free classic temple they give you every single patch. At this point, we're somewhat immune to it. They didn't give us no free 5-star premium character. What's going on? They're turning on us, Chad. This we can't stand for this. But obviously, they're gonna have to ease off a little bit on the freebies. Duh. I mean, who couldn't have seen that coming? I was surprised that they didn't give us free summer skins. Maybe one of our own choosing. That would have been nice, but I guess they decided not to because they really want to put a lot of emphasis on the skins themselves. I'm surprised Daffodil didn't get a summer skin, but anyway, I guess that's happening. And finally, we have something very, very cool. That's something that always bothered me in game design since the dawn of time, which is when you throw yourself into the beach and you already have a skin, it doesn't automatically transfer into a skin that will be the best adapted to the event you're in. For example, my character can wear suits and I'm going into this building for, what's that thing called? An auction. For example, I'm going to an auction and I have a suit skin. The character should switch to it directly and not have me having to switch manually every time. Well, apparently they've done that. For example, if you throw yourself in the water with Zanko and you have the swimsuit skin, she will automatically transform into the swimsuit skin because, well, you're swimming. And so she's using the appropriate outfit for the activity you're doing. I think this should be expanded on some more, like an auction type of one, an activity type of one, which they kind of already do, but I feel like they should just expand upon it more. I think that'll be a cool detail. So there's so much they can do. There's so much they can do. It's just a lot. NTE is like Gintama. It's a goofy game, but Gintama, it can be peak story and combat suddenly one day, like be serious as Death Note one day and be goofy like Gintama the next. I like Gintama, I like Death Note, and a mix. Look, I feel like this is the approach we're having right now. It's kind of like Genshin Impact too. I feel like Genshin Impact does this as well, or like they try to be funny. I think Honkai Star Rail does that too with March 7th. Like there will be these cool, funny moments, but then shit gets real and it's time to lock in, which I think is a good combination. Yo, what up, Kev? Amusement Park next patch as well. True, they've also given a teaser of what we can expect in 1.4. I like what they're doing, by the way. Like they always give you these teasers. They just straight up tell you, by the way. They're not like showing something and they just let you guess. No, they're just like, hey, look, you're getting a new zone with anomaly commissions. We're getting new anomaly commissions. Hopefully, they can be simple where I don't need to Google them, but there's a good chance we just might have to Google them. Ooh. Have you seen how they do business in terms of those 5-star to 6-star difficulty ones? Them shit's crazy. Oh, new zone. Forgot about that. There's a new zone, actually. It's big, where it's mainly about cars. There's a lot of emphasis about the cars. They've also shown a lot of drifting, a lot of going on. And so that's pretty strong, I feel like, considering we're having a brand new zone. As long as they do it like the previous zone where there's like these sub-quests, like these side quests, kind of like the Golden Tree and the Ghost. That was pretty fun to me. I actually liked it. It's kind of what the beauty of NTE, like these anomalies, like it, there's like a horror feel to it. I'm all for that stuff. Like it's super cool, and as long as this new zone provides some depth and lore to the zone itself that can be interesting, I'm all for it. Agile Casual, this is an 8 or 9 out of 10. That is huge. It was 6-7 in your channel when I came here. All right, we have 6-7 viewers. All right, I appreciate you, chat. As a huge win update, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10. To Nier Heat here, it is a 10 out of 10. It's very hard for me to say a 10 out of 10 because we ain't got no free skin. We ain't got no free premium character of our choosing. We ain't got no new post-game content. It's tough, man. It's tough for me to give it a big one. You know what I mean? Do you think they'll give us enough currency for at least 2 characters? Considering the formula in which they went with and the fact that you get a guarantee, they're just always going to give you 1. I think that you can always guarantee yourself 1. Almost half. If you get an early, I think you can get 2. But you typically can guarantee yourself 1. That's basically the formula they're going with. In the end of the day, they make 2 characters, especially, for example, these 2, because, for example, Zanko and Linko, I think they work together. Because Linko buffs dot damage and Zanko that wants to do dot. So they obviously kind of put them in pair, which is annoying. But I don't think you necessarily need Linko for Zanko. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But obviously, spreadsheeters are going to have to help us out when all this comes out. But again, like we got to keep our finger on the pulse for how they go about doing business in terms of the characters, the banners, and everything. Like we got to keep... Because this is still new. This is our first big AAA game with no 50-50 that's expanding on the Hoyo formula in the way we want. But we got to make sure it keeps going in a direction that's pro-consumer. Because there will always be details and attempts at trying to maximize profit and do these predatory practices to incentivize spending to annoying degrees. Which may, let's just say, make the no 50-50 feels like just a must and that's it. Not like something that's just appreciated and that's it. It feels like, well, they have to not have a 50-50 because every patch, it's like the 2 characters work together. It's like I always have to get a package of 2, which is annoying. The reruns. True, we also have reruns. The reruns of Nanali and Hattori are coming back. I would advise Hattori if you don't have her. I think she's a very solid sub DPS. She's also the best girl, in my opinion, but that's just me, though. She can stop time and everything. But yeah, anyway. Also, the plot thickens. I think the story, in terms of story, I think the plot thickens. A lot is going on. We get to know more about Zanko. Apparently, Zanko, by the way, is going to be a phantom in the sense of retaining her villain status. So she's going to be our partner as a phantom. Reminds me a bit of what the Lucy quest in Cyberpunk collab in Wuthering Waves. They kind of took a little bit of that and basically slapped it here to allow us to keep Zanko as a partner, and also for her to remain in the villain status. That way we see Zanko a lot more. So that is pretty cool. Guys, spam on technical support. Get back 1.0. Zanko's beads, scroll, decollete, and tattoos don't change character designs. Zanko gang, I don't know if you've heard, but you get to get the original skin. You get to switch for free. They listen. They've already fixed that. I don't know why you're schizoing out for nothing, man. That has been fixed. They are bringing back the original skin. You get to play her whether it's the drip marketing skin or the original skin. You don't need to spam hashtags. It's over. Like it's already fixed, man. Increasing of city stamina burning from 100 to 200% is huge. That is actually a good thing. Thank you for reminding me. Basically, they've also upped how fast you can burn through city stamina. From 100% to 200%. Basically, they've doubled how fast you can burn through stamina if you've reached a certain level of City Tycoon. And yeah, that's basically happening as well, which means we can burn through city stamina faster, which is more than welcome. As I don't know about you, but sometimes I just want to go through the city stamina as fast as possible. I like the fishing event. That burned through it super fast. We should have that remain more often or come back more often. But at least now we have double the speed in which we can do that. And I'm not gonna lie, I do city stamina while listening to a YouTube video or something like that. I'm just ADHDing away. So yeah, I think that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Be seeing you.